in your nice, comfortable position, however that looks for you today. We'll go ahead, we'll start closing our eyes, taking a few grounding breaths just to welcome ourselves into the space here today. Recognizing any tension that might be on our shoulders, any stress, any heaviness we might be bringing in with us today. Just calling that into the moment, bringing it to the surface and letting it go with the exhale. Taking these grounding breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, settling ourselves into this space and time. Just being present with ourselves and each other. Noticing the energy of each other's presence. We'll start to lengthen our inhales and our exhales, still breathing in through the nose. Nice, full, deep breaths, nice and slowly. Exhaling out through the mouth, nice and slowly as well. One breath after another. This time is all about presence. There's nowhere else we need to be, nothing else we need to do. We're simply here, right now. This is all we need to be doing, all we need to be focusing on. Just the sensation of breath, the pleasure that that brings, the sensation that brings as well. Just be here now. And anytime our thoughts are pulling us away or we're distracted by any sounds, simply notice that we've been pulled into a different direction. Visualize the thoughts, bring them into mind, hold them for just a moment, and then take that thought and place it down a river, letting the water gently drift it away. And come back to the sensation of the breath, breathing in once again through the nose, out through the mouth, one breath at a time. And with your attention glued to your breath, I want you to focus on that sensation of joy, of pleasure here, and just how good it feels to breathe. As you inhale, just notice that pleasure sensation. Maybe we've never felt this before. Maybe we've never noticed how good it feels to breathe. But just recognize the breath flowing into your body, the cooling sensation of the breath. Notice how good that feels. As your lungs fill up, notice the joy that that brings. As you then transition to your exhale, notice how good it feels to deflate, to let go, to sink into the ground, and then to come back into that inhale. Just be with that sensation of pleasure here. Great job, everybody. As we continue breathing, I want to take a few minutes here to have us reflect on that topic of pleasure. So think back through life, scroll through your Rolodex of memories, and just notice what comes to mind right now in this moment of times throughout life where you have experienced pleasure. And take that in any direction that is coming up for you now. Maybe it's some memories from long ago, or maybe it was something that happened earlier today or this weekend. Maybe there are certain foods that bring you pleasure. Maybe there are certain experiences. For me, some of them are like going to amusement parks is always fun, and laughing with my family. Just think of those times that come to mind and see if you can feel the pleasure now of the joy that it brought you then. Even if it's something that we no longer have access to, see if you can tap into the gratitude that that memory exists, that it can still be a source of joy right now. So I want you to have fun with this. We'll hang out here as we keep breathing for a few minutes and just list, notice, kind of visualize, step back in time to as many of those experiences as you can. And if any feelings of sadness kick in, again, tap back into gratitude, being grateful that we had the chance to experience this and that we can go back to it right now. Okay, check back in a few minutes. Maybe about another minute here. Perfect, everybody. Now, still with your eyes closed, go ahead and take your right hand, bring it over your heart, your left hand, bring it over your belly, over your stomach. Just notice that connection with your body and closing that loop of physical touch with yourself. Just coming home to your body for a few moments. And from here, I want you to think of an upcoming source of joy. For Rick, this is a Lady Gaga concert. For some of us, this might be the excitement of moving. For others, this might be times with friends, with loved ones. But I want you to think of something that's coming up soon, within the next week, the next few weeks, in the foreseeable future. Something that's already bringing you joy, that's bringing you pleasure, that makes you feel good. And I want you just to sit with the excitement of that, the gratitude of having this thing on the horizon. How do you want to feel when this experience happens? Almost visualize it happening now and just notice the sensation that it brings you here. Just sit with this for just a moment. A really cool thing about having things to look forward to is that not only do we experience the joy and the pleasure and the fun in that moment when it happens, but we can also elongate that joy by tapping into it ahead of time through visualization, through meditation. And we call that hope. So anytime that life is hard, or we're deep in our emotions, or we're having a tough time, we can always tap into either past excitements or future excitements and the joy that lives within them. Now, one last thing for today. I'm going to take a couple minutes here, still with your hand on your heart, your hand on your stomach, and I want you to think of one thing that you can do today, actually, that you can do, that you will do to bring some sort of pleasure to yourself today. This could be anything. I know for some of you it's evening time already. So maybe it's a nice cup of tea before bed, or watching your favorite show, or reading your favorite book, or going outside, walking feet in the grass. Whatever it is, just think of one thing that you will do today to give you some sort of joy, some sort of pleasure, to just make life worth living for a moment. Bring that thing to mind, put it on your to do list, your must do list for today, and get excited about that thing. Just let it be fun, let yourself be human, let yourself experience joy and pleasure because you deserve it. From here, let's take three final deep breaths, breathing in through the nose, nice full inhales, out through the mouth, sighing on the way out, full exhales, letting all of that air out of our body. One more time, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and one final deep breath, the biggest one of the day so far, and out. Letting go of any stress, any tension. Can start to wake the body back up. Roll your neck around, crack your neck if you can. It feels so good. Oh, roll your shoulders around. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Start to bring some life, some energy back into your body. When you are ready, go ahead, open your eyes.